This week we're going to use some ratios in more realistic scenarios. So we're going to do some division of in a ratio, and we're going to do some working out things for a ratio. Here's our first example question. Now this example question is similar to one of the ones on the question paper that you've got. But our first example question asks us to do a division in a ratio. The first thing we need to do is need to work out how much the ratio adds up to. So the first step here that I'm going to do is I'm going to do 6 plus 4, which is going to give me 10. The second step I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 50 and I'm going to divide this by my 10, which will give me 5. So looking at the two parts of the ratio, I'm now going to the third step is I'm going to multiply my 5 by each part. So the ratio becomes 6 times 5 to 4 times 5. So just to make that clear, the 5 goes from that number there, so this is our 50 divided by our 10, and the 6 and the 4 come from the original ratio. Going back to where I was, 6 times 5 is 30, 4 times 5 is 20, and that's my answer for that one. To check my answer, we should be able to add those two up, so 30 plus 20 should give me 50, which takes me back to the original 50 quid. The second example I've got is that pocket money is shared in the ratio 1 to 2 to 3. Now this is a 3-part ratio. That's not actually that different to the 2-part ratios. It's pretty much the same format. If Dad pays out 120, how much does everybody get? Okay, so pretty much the same working out. The first part is we do our 1 plus our 2 plus our 3. That comes from the 3 parts of the ratio, and that will give us 6. Second part, we divide our total, which in this case is 120, by 6, and for the third part I take my answer to the thing, so 120 divided by 6, 12 divided by 6 is 2, 120 would be 20, so 1 times 20 to 2 times 20 to 3 times 20, and the 1, the 2 and the 3 coming from the original ratio. So 1 times 20 is 20, 2 times 20 is 40, 3 times 20, now I don't know why I've put 3 times 30 there, that's just a bit of a silly thing there. So 3 times 20 would be 60. Again, to check, 20 plus 40 plus 60 should add up to back up to our 120, and just so that you follow the route, this 20 feeds down to those 3, and the 1, the 2 and the 3 come from the original ratio. The third example is the map scale one. There is a very similar question on the paper. A map scale is given as 1 to 2000. If on the map we have travelled 5 centimetres, how far have we actually travelled? Well, if we're using a map, we usually assume that the map is the smaller one. So this side here of the the ratio would be the map, and this side we'll call the real world. Okay, so if I'm looking here at a map ratio, so if I've travelled 5 centimetres in the real world, on this side we've travelled 2,000 times 5 centimetres. 2,000 times 5 would give me 10,000 centimetres. Now it would be really odd to leave it in centimetres, so we can convert it into metres. To convert that into metres, we times by 100, so divide by 100, so we're going to take off those two zeros and say 100 metres. So 5 centimetres to 100 metres, but the question only asks us for how far we've actually travelled, so the answer is the 100 metres.